What's up, Vortex? So, been doing that a lot. So 90s. Really is. I don't see many people doing it. There's so many things that people used to do that they no longer do anymore. You know, like read. Anytime I see somebody reading a book, I always think I'm hallucinating. I mean, even my mom reads all the time, and like even she got a Kindle. It's not the same, man. It's just not. There's something so beautiful about reading a book, like an actual book, a literal book in your hands, and smelling the pages of that book. And finishing that book and keeping it as some sort of trophy, you know? That's why so many people, I don't know if you've noticed this, because I mean, I definitely have noticed this. So many people on YouTube and so many people in podcasts, it's like they feel the need to film themselves sitting in front of a large bookshelf. That's a conservative thing. You know that person's a conservative if they're sitting in front of a bunch of books. There are literally like at least like 15 people that I've seen do this. You know, they just want everybody to know that they actually read books. Congratulations. Maybe I should do that. Only like most of the books that I have on the bookshelf I haven't read. These are books that I probably should read at some point, but my ADD says probably not. You know, I figured it out though. I figured out how to do it. I just need to read a bunch of different stuff. That way I don't get too entrenched. I like that word a lot. I've been using it a lot lately in case you haven't noticed. I don't get too entrenched in one particular book. Because a lot of the stuff I read is really sad and depressing. Theme for 2021, a season of open doors. That's a good way to put it, baby. Maybe I should go to that church. Church of Christ. Yeah, we're in the ghetto right now. I think I'd probably have way more fun going to like a church in the ghetto than a church that's not in the ghetto. I mean, this is like the ghetto of like Spring Hill, Tennessee. It's not really much of a ghetto. It's not like we're in Cabrini Green. You know what I mean? Like, I think that people get scared because they're like the minority or something. You can't have that attitude, man. Or you're a little weakling. You can't have that attitude. I mean, even if you are a minority, it doesn't matter. Like, that's the problem with society right now. It's like, people that were in the minority, they'd have an outsider's perspective. You know? Now that people think, oh, well, I'm a minority, I can play the victim about that. They don't have the outsider's perspective anymore because everybody's playing the victim. I mean, so many people, they think that's cool. They think that makes them interesting. They think it makes them relevant. Well, first of all, you're outing yourself. You're kind of proving that you're not an actual victim because victims don't talk about that shit. They just don't. Unless they're doing some kind of social service, you know, where they're trying to help the public or something like that. And even that's kind of suspicious too, because a lot of the time the people that they claim that they're helping, you know, they're actually hurting. And that is why I don't trust people. Like, anybody that knows anything about like the foster care system, you know, they don't trust anybody, because they know that those that claim that they're trying to help society usually do the opposite of that, you know? And it shouldn't be political. None of this stuff should be political, but they politicize everything so that they take their eye off the prize. And if they take their eye off the prize, then that means that they can get people focusing on a bunch of gobbledygook that's not going to make a difference in anybody's personal life. That's why they talk about identity so much. So, you know, we don't focus on the prize, and the prize being our liberty, our freedom, our ability to coexist and live a decent life here in this glorious country. Now, gas prices have already gone up 20 cents in the past week and a half. It has a lot to do with Iran. But, yeah, so if you take people's eye off the prize, the actual prize, they'll be convinced that the prize is somewhere else. They'll be convinced that, oh, if I just do this, or if I just say this thing on social media, or I just send this hashtag, this outcome will happen, right? The only thing that you're going to get out of social media is dopamine, okay? That's the only thing. But you're really screwing yourself up. Like, you're actually doing yourself way more of a disservice by relying on social media to regulate your dopamine and serotonin levels. You're really doing yourself a disservice, because you're going to be addicted to that dopamine rush that you get from the reward center in your brain, okay? Just like serotonin. If you're comparing and contrasting yourself to people all the time, and you get that happy feeling from being liked or being accepted, you know, like that, once again, it's like you're setting yourself up. And the fact that people, it's like they have no idea how much this stuff is like actually affecting them. Where is he going? How do you know it's a he? I don't know. I just assumed. I just assumed that if they wanted strong police, they would hire men. No. I think it's possible for females to do it, but they have to be masculine, you know? And that's really hard to come by these days, I think. Like, I think that because of our society's, like, growing acceptance of ideas that don't make any sense, like, oh, let's treat everybody the same exact way, except whenever it's inconvenient or whatever. Because you keep in mind, a lot of this stuff is more about convenience than anything else.
You know, like say you didn't get a particular job or you didn't get a gig or something like that. It's a lot easier and more convenient for you to say, oh, it's because of my identity, than it is to admit the fact that maybe you just suck, you know? But I feel like if people are qualified for a particular position, their qualifications will speak for themselves, and you don't need to give them a boost or whatever. And anybody that gets that boost because of their identity, to me, that's a slap in the face. Like, don't hire me because I'm a woman. Hire me because I'm qualified, you know? But that's just me. You know, I realize that there are plenty of women out there that love this idea that they're a victim because 1 week out of the month they have to use tampons. But, you know, or maxi pads, whatever your choice, you know, whatever your choice is, because I know you're all about choice. But, yeah, so you always go here, don't you? I do. I can't help it. I just hate society so much. Oh shit, he's coming back. You see him? You're gonna see him in a second. Hold on. Is he coming? No, he passed. There's nothing to do. He's just circling around. There's nothing for him to do. Like I said, Portland. That's where you need to be. Oh no, he's sitting over there. He's just waiting on somebody to screw up. Oh, there's plenty of screw ups at that intersection right there too. So that's a smart place for him to be. He's pretty good at his job. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna get gas because I told myself that I'm always gonna get gas. I'm always going to get gas while I can, while it's the cheapest. Because I have, over, half a tank. Like, I really just need, a quarter. Not even a quarter tank of gas, but I'm still going to do it. Because I love Fiona. And Fiona loves me because she's still alive. So, don't we love you, girl? We love you so much. That's my car, Fiona.